Your birthday is coming up. Someone asks, "So what are you doing this year?" And you give an answer that seems to confuse everyone. Nothing, just a normal day. Suddenly, people look at you differently. Friends think something's off. Family members assume you're being distant. And society quietly suggests that if you're not celebrating, something must be wrong. But what if nothing is wrong with you? What if your relationship with birthdays simply reflects something deeper about how you think, feel, and experience life? Stay with me, because there are a few very different reasons why someone might stop celebrating, and not all of them mean the same thing. The first type, quiet disappointment. There are people who didn't choose to stop celebrating. Life slowly taught them to expect less. When expectations are repeatedly unmet, the brain adapts. It learns to protect itself by lowering hope. Over time, moments that once felt exciting begin to feel neutral or even empty. Birthdays, especially, are tied to expectations, attention, connection, feeling valued. But when those expectations aren't fulfilled again and again, the mind starts to adjust, not out of weakness, out of protection. Eventually, the excitement fades, not because the person doesn't care, but because caring became associated with disappointment. So when someone says it's just another day, it may not be indifference. It may be something built quietly over time, like emotional armor. The second type, fully occupied minds. Then there are people who don't attach much importance to their birthday for a completely different reason. They're not hurt. They're not avoiding anything. They're simply focused. Their days are filled with responsibilities, goals, projects, and constant movement. Time passes quickly. Weeks blur into each other. Important dates don't always stand out, not because they lack meaning, but because attention is directed elsewhere. It's not neglect, it's prioritization. When your mind is busy building something, one specific day doesn't always feel different from the rest. The third type, internally fulfilled. And then there's another group entirely. These are people who have stepped back and asked themselves a simple question: do I actually need this to feel happy? And their answer is no. Not out of sadness, not out of isolation, but out of clarity. They've learned that their sense of worth doesn't come from external events or social rituals. They don't rely on one day a year to feel appreciated. They've built a sense of stability within themselves. While others wait for special occasions to feel valued, they've learned how to feel content on an ordinary day. For them, a birthday isn't necessary because their sense of self isn't tied to it. But there's another layer. Sometimes the reason is less obvious. Think back to being younger. Maybe there was a time when your birthday didn't go the way you imagined. Maybe something felt missing. Maybe it didn't feel as meaningful as you hoped. Even small moments like that can leave an impression. Not always dramatic, sometimes subtle. Over time, those experiences can shape how you see similar situations in the future. The mind remembers patterns, and without realizing it, you might start expecting less just to avoid feeling that disappointment again. The hidden question. But here's something important to consider. Not everyone who avoids celebrating is doing it for the same reason. For some, it's genuine independence. For others, it's quiet protection. And those can look very similar from the outside. So the real question isn't whether you celebrate or not. The real question is, are you choosing this or protecting yourself? There's no judgment either way, but understanding the difference matters. A different way to see it. We've been taught that celebrating your birthday means you value yourself, that if you don't make it special, something is missing. But maybe that idea isn't true for everyone. Maybe self-worth doesn't always need to be expressed through celebration. Maybe for some people it shows up as peace, as comfort in being alone, as not needing external validation to feel okay. And if that's you, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not broken, you're just wired differently. Final thought. Some people need celebration to feel connected. Others don't. Neither is better, just different. So if you've ever spent your birthday quietly and felt completely fine with it, That says more about your inner world than you might think. If this message resonated with you, leave a simple comment. And if you want to understand yourself on a deeper level, stay here, because sometimes the way you live says more about you than you realize.